Hello, everybody. This is Ghostface Killer. Welcome to the European War Commander Show. On tonight's panel, we have Almighty, we have Farm Commander, Heavy Gunner, the lovely Heike, the Dutchman himself, Pascal. We have Paul, that which will be Deadshot, and we have Queen Dark. On today's topics are going to be about the boss bases, which we're going to talk about right now. So, has anybody attacked the boss bases yesterday, and how were they?
Yep, I attacked quite a few of them. Um, Probably the same way that most others did. Inferno leading, just to take the damage from the tanks, with Balder and Punishers behind on aggressive, and they went through really quickly. The damage on each base I did by the amount of gold it cost, not by the hours, and it averaged 13 to 18 gold per base.
So it's quite cheap then to coin, obviously, the attacks.
Yeah, I mean, for an 80 base, if you got it just right and the big tank moved out instead of staying back, you'd get it with 13 gold. If it stayed back, because what happened as soon as it fired its first shot, it stayed in that position and didn't move. So if it came out before firing the shot, you'd have it down to 13 gold a base.
So how much were you doing? 13 gold per base, or you just did 13 per just like one base?
No, I did my full shadow ops on the 80s.
Oh, nice. So how long did it take you overall?
About 90 minutes.
Not bad. Pascal,
Yeah, bro. So,
how about you, my man? How did you find the boss bases?
so difficult. I no. But, yeah, I cannot say. I don't want. Kickstarter to change it because this is actually a good point for everybody to gain access to the new unit. So, if I dedicate my wisdom on those bases, then probably we can have a tougher subject next week. But it's doable. They didn't make it too hard. You have to find your way through them. But yeah, after we found the key, the videos spread rapidly. So, and the one thing I did, I only shared with a couple of people, and within 5 minutes, I knew the way, because those bloody Punishers and Baldur, man, they are fucking beasts. And I did it with the Legion drones, deployment Legion drones, and after that I did my Inferno and a full platoon with Punishers and Baldur. So it took me 30, 40 seconds to kill the whole 80 in one go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I got 55 parts already for Omega Hydra.
So did you enjoy doing the base themselves? Were they challenging at all?
If you once find the key, once find the thing how to do it, it's going to be a grind, because 80 is pretty much a long way to take it all. And the only thing that I reckon and I see on the forums and everybody's talking, the first one you get 4 parts, second one you get 3 parts, the third one you get 2 parts, and number 4 till 80 is 1 part. Then you all know that, because it's not random. The payouts are not random. Maybe the tags are random, but not the payouts for the Omega parts. They are not random, totally not random.
Did you get like certain types of tech for the Omega and the normal unit itself?
For the Hydra, you get the tags are included. If you unlock the Elite Hydra, you can unlock the tags in the workshop, and you can upgrade them, but only the silver ones till you get the Omega Titan. Then you can upgrade the golden ones. You can already start upgrading the golden ones, but you can only place them on the Omega Titan. Yeah, they are great, and what I was aiming for in the first place, because I was the lucky one that got the Grenadiers last event. I got 3 squads of them. So yeah, I was aiming for 2 particular attacks on them, and I'm not gonna dedicate too much on that because I know a lot of people are a little bit pissed off still about last event, and they cannot do that. So I'm not going to dedicate it to that. But I'm going to tell you one thing about one tech. There's one tech in them who gives you 150 extra range and does 100% damage to buildings. So imagine something that's what you're seeing in the event in level 5 bases times expert times 100% against buildings. Yeah, it's going to be a fucking powerful unit.
Thank you very much, my man.
People are asking in the chat there, has anybody found a way of doing the 80s without an Inferno?
Yeah, that was me. I don't have an Inferno.
No, it's, you know, yeah, if you have the Growler, you can try it, but you know, the Inferno is the one.
The same effect. For some reason, it doesn't last nowhere near as long.
The Growler dies really quick in them bases.
Yeah, you need something with huge health. So yeah, that's the big problem, you know. You can suicide many units in there. What has a good
combination of the health of the Inferno and the speed as well.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys seriously. If you are really a little bit noobish and you are a little bit Kixeye War Commander related, Kixeye gives you a huge hint in the banner of the 80 bases. Look at the last two pictures. They put 3 kinds of Hydras there, 3 different icons. In the second page, in the second picture, they put 3 units that you have with immunity or with the same icons on top. So if you go to the 80 base, click on the base, you see a banner with 3 pictures. You see Hydra with his 3 barrels with icons on top. Look at the other thing, you see Jackals, you see an Ultra Tank, and you see SF units with icons on top. That will help you so much. This is the only thing I'm going to say.
Thank you very much, Pascal. Farm Commander, how about you on the 80 bases and the boss bases, my man? How did you find them?
Well, it took a little bit of a challenge, but some players showed an easy way to do them. And after that, it was basically grounding and throwing in the gold.
Now, would you say you could do them bases without gold?
You can do them, but if you have to wait for your Inferno to be back at full health.
Yeah, you're looking at nearly a day and a bit for the whole platoon, I guess. Did you copy people's videos, or did you have your own ways of attacking it, or?
No, basically like most are doing them with Legions, Inferno, and Punishers.
Excellent. Craig, are you there, my man?
Yep.
How about you, my man? Did you tackle the 80 bases and the boss bases yesterday?
No, I didn't try because I had I had real life things going on.
Alright, not to worry, buddy. Okay, Queen Dark, how about you?
I didn't have much time to play lately, just a couple hours every day. I tried one base. It was my first try on the new bases, and I failed badly, and after that I didn't try again. I was kind of in a hurry to do, so I lost my Inferno tune, and after that I didn't try again. On next drop I will try again and see how it will work out.
What did you struggle on in that base itself?
Well, this big badass tank in the backside will keep moving, and the small tanks that comes from the war factories, they don't do much damage in a little shot, but when they keep shooting at your tunes, you cannot do much.
Lovely job. Heike, how about you?
Hello. I done a couple of them. The first one I fucked up royal. because my tunes just didn't like me in any shape or form yesterday. I wanted them to go one way, and they turned around and said "fuck you" and went another way. After I coined 2 Infernos, I finally got it together, or they finally got it together. They finally started listening. I've got to keep them fuckers out of the go-go bar. But yeah, I've done a couple of them. Yeah, they are doable, but again, only if you got the Inferno and if you got the Punishers.
Alrighty, thank you. Deadshot.
I didn't do any of the boss bases yesterday. I've got no Inferno. I tried it with the Growler, but it doesn't have the same effect. It dies way too easy. So it looks like back to the drawing board for that one.
Definitely, I suppose. Like I said, I haven't seen them myself, but like I say, from what everyone on the panel is saying, they are doable, but obviously you have to have some sort of gold or have these high-end units like the Inferno and the Growler and the Legion. I mean, I've got the units, but I just don't think it's worth me attempting to lose my ass for 6 hours worth of damage on an Inferno tune. I'm sorry, but it's just not. I'd rather hit 45s and 70s, to be honest. I'll just do my shadow-ups the normal way.
Yeah, I'd say you don't need the Legion in there. You can do it just with Inferno, Punishers. Balder isn't even a must. If you've got enough Punishers, you can do it with Inferno and Punishers. That's all I used, Inferno, Punishers, and the Balder.
You can do it with Balder only if you have the right equipment and the golden text on him. I already tried that too.
I mean, people in the YouTube chat are saying certain levels. Would you say there has to be a certain level to these bases? I mean, there's got to be some sort of level that your units are. There has to be, I'm sure.
I will find a way next week how to do them without the Inferno.
I mean, my Inferno's level 5, my Legion's 22, my Growler's level 5, so...
So my Growler's level 18, and I still couldn't do it with a level 18 Growler.
Well, I promise you this, the next 80 drop will not be as sweet as now, because if you remember the Nightshade Spider cave stages, the first week it was like, okay, cool, we put our SF units in there to rank and stuff, and we could easily kill the spiders. And I remember very well the next time they dropped, man, it was so fucking hard. Or the third time, they level go higher and higher every week. So that's why I did so many this week.
So, all right, thank you very much.
Don't expect they are as sweet as last Sunday.
Thank you very much. So the people that have done the bases, what would you rate them out of 10?
I would go for 8.5 out of 10.
What, for the way the units are, or just in general, 8 out of 10 overall?
Just in general, overall. They can be done. We'll find a way once we've got time. A bit of coin, you can do a lot of them, but it wasn't so much you can go in, pick them apart because it was in a cave. You've got to use them ground units. And with how powerful those tanks are, you've got to take damage no matter what. I would like to see it where it's just a little more technical and you could pick it apart within the time allowed rather than just have to go in and throw stuff into it.
Thank you very much. Farm Commander, rating out of 10, my man, for the boss bases.
They're pretty good, but I don't think they need an increase anymore. So that should be an 8.
Alright. Dark Queen, rating out of 10 for the boss bases.
I would give them also an 8 because it's a new challenge, especially for us high-level players. It's a new challenge, and they are able to be done, so yeah.
Thank you very much. Pascal?
I will give it a 7. I'm not so excited. The first time I screamed at them because I need to find a way so I'll lose my shit. And then when I find a way, then they're all like, close my eyes. But, I want to add something different because I look through the bases, finally, Kixeye got somebody out there that through those kind of bases and through those kinds of events, like last event, you need to do the 5. And what you see when you do the first stage, you see all the grenadiers working. And like the 80, you will see how the Hydra works. It's great. It's somebody is out there in Kixeye who doing a great job and who's trying to give the players the unit knowledge about those tanks. Because if you attack those tanks, you see all 3 barrels. You see all 3 armors on them. If you look further than only, oh my god, it's heavy. You can see actually how the unit is gonna work for you. That's why okay, I give that a +1. Okay, I give it an 8 too.
You're very polite. Heike, what about you, my darling? What would you rate it out of 10 for the boss bases?
I would say about an 8. I mean, the short version of it, the boss bases are for, the higher levels. No mid or low level should even look at one of them. So it's. I mean, I always wait for. I mean, I'm a cow. I'm a lazy cow. I wait for Leinster to post his videos, and then I just follow him. But yeah, I'll give it an 8.
I think the thesis is these days, when videos have been made, everyone sort of tries to copy the style and the attack. So, I mean, I had a look at one yesterday, and it looked pretty nasty, I'm telling you. So, just from what I've seen, like looking into it, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 too.
By the way, Matt, no, I wouldn't use a Viper X. Yeah, it will get killed pretty fast.
Shouts to Matt for being a bit of a noob using the Viper X, one of them bases.
Matt, I want to add to that. The Omega Hydra changed his barrels the further his health bar goes down. So probably the first cannon balls you can run out, but the second you get the railgun on it, and then you Viper X go poof.
Yeah, remember that it will increase its fire rate the further it decreases its life bar. That would be a bit like the Inferno. So when your Inferno goes down, you see it pulsating. So when it pulsates, you know that it's increasing this fire rate. So just watch out for that.
I did see one video on YouTube that basically showed you everything not to do. I really feel sorry for the guy. He used every single unit he had and lost every one of them. His Ronin was in there, his Viper, his everything. And he just trashed the whole lot of them. And obviously the longer he was in there, the more spawned from the back and just kept coming out. And he just kept throwing the units in. And every single one of them got blasted.
From the sounds of it, he was trying, which kudos and credit to the guy too. He was trying. I mean, that's what people want these days. It's just people to at least have an attempt.
That was my first mistake too. I want to get rid of those war factories in the back, because I knew at some point they're gonna spawn, but the spawn rate is so high. So I figured out I need to kill the bastard real quickly before they go spawn, because if they go spawn, once they spam, man, they bring out 15 of those Hydra units, and it's crazy. So don't focus on the war factory, and 22 million resources, good, but focus on killing the bastard, guys. Trust me. If you can do them.
Oh, definitely. Hi, can you check the side chat for me?
Yeah, the updates. Okay, updates we all know, and I will have to say a big kudos to Kixeye. As we know, all the roaches are poof gone, and you're looking at a happy teddy here. What amazes me in all this is that that all of a sudden people seem to be having a life. They're quitting the game because they suddenly realize that there is life outside the front door. People stopped filling their bases up with base defenders. Suddenly bases are empty, and suddenly people are not hitting anymore, which I find for myself rather amusing. But kudos to Kixeye for what they've done on that one. Let's hope they can keep it up. Anything else on update-wise? I don't know if they fixed the map. I don't know, Pascal, if you know, because it was.
There's still people having a lot of trouble with that, me including.
Yeah, you know, where we have to used to go back to the old ways, you know, 100 hexes, and then you have to start again.
It's about 1 minute now. 1 minute from your base you can deploy, and after
it's
that
about
you.
Oh, sorry, Pascal. Go on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's still going on. Plus, actually, some of the bases I've noticed, you can't even go anywhere near them. I mean, I've had my platoon going around one base in a circle forever and a fuck-assing day, and it just wouldn't go anywhere near that base. And the base was there, and everybody else was having the same problem, so I don't know what that is. Let's hope they're going to fix that pretty soon. Well, it's not going to happen until, you know, next week, but fingers crossed. The main thing is the routers are gone. We're not going to go deeply into this. Yeah, but as I'm sure everybody on the panel does agree, it is absolutely awesome.
Oh, the best thing that's happened to the game in years.
Yes. Yep. For me, it is now the real gamers are in the picture now. The real fighters, and yeah, the real coiners are back into the game. This is now where people, instead of throwing 101 platoons at a base, they now have to use their grey cells to do. And if they would have been watching the shows, which includes the Battle Vortex show, they would have had quite a few tips in doing so. Has anybody else got any thoughts about the updates? Let's start along the panel. Craig.
Can I do one first, because I have a question from YouTube.
I'm back.
Okay, good.
Okay,
welcome
take
back.
over.
Carry on.
I want to say I want to give Animal an answer about the storage upgrade 10 levels. No, it stays with a 40k, but your platoons go to 3000 space. That's the only thing. Also with the helipad and with the airfield, they increase space till 3000. Your deploy space in a base don't go up, so you can only deploy 3000 space. But you can deploy 3000 ground in one time. So it don't give you extra space, Animal. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you, Pascal. So what did we talk about during this part of the topic? So I had to step away.
The updates.
Did anyone do their night owls?
Not yet.
No one's doing the night owls?
I'm setting mine off tomorrow, so...
I heeded Pascal's advice for that. Next level on the night owls is going to be damn worth it too, boy. I can't wait for that. What does everyone make about the new thorium upgrades as well?
Well, it says enough.
Yeah, that just about covers that one. For me, if they're upgrading that thorium,
they're doing it for a reason.
They're making units more than 80 mil thorium to upgrade.
I can see the Hydra being one of them.
You think that's more levels on the Inferno specifically, or...?
Well, no, you can get the Inferno maxed out, but they are going to be bringing the new stuff with really high thorium upgrades, I would say. There's no other need for it.
Because is it the only unit that takes that much thorium at the minute is Inferno, is it?
I think there's a couple, I can't remember exactly, but there's a couple of upgrades that are really high on thorium. And you have to be near enough maxed to get them. But if they're going to increase it beyond that, I think they're going to increase some of the upgrades beyond it as well.
Craig, what do you make of it, buddy?
Well, yeah, I go with him on that. It's going to be things with bigger thorium payout, I reckon, because that is a hell of a lot of thorium to keep, especially if you're one of these people who like to always stay full on thorium. So Yeah, I've got a feeling that they've got something in the pipeline or somewhere further down the line that they're going to put to the thorium.
I see. Farm Commander?
Well, I'm not gonna do the thoriums just yet. I still got my other upgrades to do first.
Don't we all? Don't we all? But would you say it's worth it?
Well, maybe in a year or so. That's as soon as when I'm gonna figure them out.
They are going to be one of them things, right? Now they're going to be a hit or miss with players, I think.
Well, it's especially good for making missiles.
Oh, damn.
Instead of PvPs.
But again, you're limited to how many missiles you can build, so I don't think that warranting past 80 mil thorium for the stuff that we've got at the minute is worth it.
What is it, 4? Is it 4 missiles at a time?
5 if you have a max
5,
rocket
yeah. 5 if you have max, yeah.
But not the Mavericks. 4 Mavericks and 1 PK. You can do.
Yeah.
It's still 50 mil.
Still a lot. So I suppose them extra levels do have a purpose.
No, they don't have a purpose.
For certain players, they do. I would suggest, but this is just from what This is just an observation for me, really. But what about you, Heike? What do you think?
I've got the distinct feeling with the upgrades on the thorium, something is coming, and I don't know, but the feeling I've got is the missile silo. I've got the feeling they're going to upgrade the missile silo, and we might be getting some more missiles. That's just me speculating, so I have not got a clue, but it's a good feeling because they've done everything else. If you think about it, they've done the airfield, they've done the helipad, yes, so I think and they've done the platforms and yada yada yada, and now they're on about new walls or more walls, I should say. We're supposed to get in, so I'm not going to do it straight away. I have got way too much to still upgrade in my base. So, but watch out. Listen to the shows. I've got the distinct feeling something is definitely in the pipeline. As for the night owls, yeah. I mean, they're on their own the way they are now are awesome. So yeah, once I've flipping ass and upgraded everything, fuck ass and else I've got to do. I've got to do I will definitely do the night owls.
Oh yes.
If we calculate now what we're saying with the thorium upgrade with the night owls, I give you one hint: anti-missile bastion. A lot of people still think we are cheaters if we have an anti-missile bastion in our base. But if we talk about missiles, if we talk about night owl upgrades, radio tower maxed, the storage cannot be done if you have a 220 million resource capacity. I have 214, so I'm boned on the last storage upgrade. I need to upgrade my resources first. But they force you into get higher resources capacity in your base. So yeah, I think something is coming up if they, upgrading the Thor faults too again.
What would you like to see in Deadshot? If obviously we've got these upgrades coming, possibly with the thorium as well. What could you see coming?
Can I add something more real quickly on Heike, her notice about the walls?
Sure.
Guys, don't expect it on short notice that the walls come out. I already said it last Saturday, and I said it last Wednesday. They're working on it, but the data traffic on the new wall blocks, the highest level what you can get now, is such a high. What Wrong Tinker said, it gives you a lag in your game. So yeah, they're gonna bring us new walls, more walls, but till the time they figure out how to reduce the high data input, they're not gonna bring it. So on short notice, that's one thing for sure I can say: you cannot expect more wall blocks and new levels on the wall blocks.
One thing, if I can just put in there, I have been asked by several people, and somebody just posted in the side chat, the sectors being reduced. I know they've not put any info out at the minute, and they've said they'll give 1 week's notice. Now, how many people actually think to move a full sector 1 week's notice is sufficient without
I'm gonna
causing mayhem?
I'm going to chime in there. Right, everyone that's listening on YouTube and that watches on the replays, just relax. When Kixo does give you the sectors that they're going to reduce, they're not going to do them all in one go, because you think there's 120 sectors they've got to reduce. So they're going to do maybe 30 to 50 every so often. So that gives you plenty of time to plan, talk to your friends, talk to your allies, and jump to their sectors. Why are you worrying about something that's not even going to happen yet? So just enjoy it. Carry on playing your game.
Just a quick
where you get that amount from? 120.
I'm just making an assumption, so I'm just assuming.
Okay. Well, one thing the last time said, guys, don't worry, because they will give a week notice. We applied for a countdown on your topic bar from the game. So probably you're going to implement that, so you have a week time. If you are in a high-level sector, because my assumption is that they go from 420 back to probably to 380 or something. I don't know. This is assumption. But they will let us know 1 week ahead.
Yeah, like I say, just relax and have fun, and when you know, we know. Or when we know, you'll know. So just enjoy it, stay in your sector, do what you got to do, and then start planning further afield. Like jump to your ally sector, or just jump to wars. There's no need to have a permanent sector if you're a war and clan or a fighting team. Just have fun. That's just my personal input.
Oh yeah, this is a good question what I'm having. What when you just start your CC upgrade and you have a week time notice? Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Make sure the only thing that I can say is if you are worried about that because you think you cannot jump, open your attack log and find somebody who's not in your sector and try to relocate. Because it's gonna bone you.
Or if you are really concerned about it, then yeah, like I say, either do that or plan your build times accordingly. So if you jump to your friend sector now before the sector reductions happen, then so be it. But just plan it accordingly and just be careful. Make sure you take pictures just in case anything was to go wrong.
Animal, you're right. Get one of your friends to hit you and then jump after him.
Yep. So anybody got any questions thus far?
I mean, can I just pop in, Ethan? Yes, I agree with you. There is the resource depots are a waste of time. For resources, they don't give you a lot. Yeah, low levels, use them, but I also use them because if I go to war, I use them for forward ops. I will go round closest to the enemy. If I'm far enough away, I will pinch their depots. So I will use it as a forward op. So yeah, they're no good for resources, but they do have their uses. Reduce them, yes. Get rid of them, no, I'm not so much for that one. Carry on.
No, I agree with you. That's a good point. I mean, do you see much use for them? I mean, they're just sort of sitting in your base, not really doing anything apart from just moving up and down. I suppose they're good for last stand defenders, but has anyone else got any use for them?
I think that's your answer.
Pretty much.
Well, I think the resources depots is not relevant anymore because if you see how much lower levels need them to gain the right amount of resources for the new units, I'm glad that they put the SF units a little bit low on resources. But for if they got higher units, because if you have a re-engage package and you come back to the game, and you got a Doran, for example, or Dante, then if you got Elite Titan, if that's broken, because they give you Elite Titan level 16, if that thing is broken, you need 10 million resources for that thing. So I don't know how many oil and metal deposits you need to gain 10 million resources, but yeah, it's kind of outdated. Or they can a simple thing. They can update and buff the oil transportation to your base. Maybe it's a stupid idea, but give them instead of 4 oil per second, give them 40 oil per second.
So you want like a small increase to
Yeah,
make them worthwhile.
for the
Oh,
lower and medium levels, yes.
Fia's got a question. Has any of you got any good Palatine builds?
Ooh, that's a good one. Paladins, anybody? Paladin upgrades and builds.
I don't think you will find anybody on this panel, I'm afraid, Fia, that has. I mean, I can't even remember what they look like.
I have paladins.
I must admit, I have my Rhino level 6, so I'm not ready to upgrade the Paladin yet.
Fear, you're 2 years behind, bud. Catch up a little bit, buddy.
I have paladins.
I want your ID number, Fear. 301. His
Okay, I'm gonna
ID
report
number.
Fear. I'm gonna report Fear for having paladins. But no, with obviously the new level increase on the thor involves, Deadshot, what would you like to see?
I think it'd be good to have a reshuffle of some of the spec ops. I think a rebuff of the spec ops wouldn't go amiss.
What with the new thorium upgrade? So you can use more thorium for them?
Well, no, just with the new units. Obviously, you've got stuff like Hand of God and stuff like that in with the spec ops now.
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody uses them. Slow mo, unstoppable. Do you know there's a few that I would honestly say that could be replaced.
I mean, I definitely want to get rid of that Bacon Brigade. I mean, come on, seriously? What is that going to do against the level 43 or 44's base? It's pointless.
No,
You know?
But then
the lower players that have just started, they help them get reso and bits and pieces. But I think with the new units that are coming out now, the old units are that.
I mean, the thing is, Fia, not even the newbies that are coming in using them because they get the re-engagement package. Do you know what I mean? They don't even have paladins. You ask them what a paladin is, and they're going to go, "What? What do they look like?"
Even air-wise, they're using cyclones, banshee. Do you know what I mean? It's the game's advanced, I think, that far now that a lot of the spec ops have become inert. They're useless, even to the low levels.
Do you know what I'd like to see? I know everyone's going to, oh, why? But I'd like to see like a Dina up or a Cyclone up or
Hero up, maybe.
A hero up, yeah, something like that. I mean, you say you pay, I don't know, 1 million thorium for it to last an hour or 2 million to last 2 hours.
I'd go as far as charging a lot more medals for it.
I mean, but yeah, but you get my point.
20 minutes, reduce the time in it, but I think they need to have a reshuffle with the ops.
So what ops would you like to have, like, say unit-wise? Would you like to see a Kara up or a Sheila up like we did in the event?
Something for like the low levels, maybe like a Tempest up or something like that, defense-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, and I know before anybody says anything, we're never going to get it. I would love to have a special ops bulldozer.
I hope.
Yes, please.
I know, before you all go mental, I know we're not going to get it, but sure as hell we could use it with all the upgrades and everything else. You know, it'll be nice.
Maybe even if it lasted for a day. If it was to be severely priced, but it only lasted for maybe a day.
I'd coin it.
But what good would a day be on an extra bulldozer when most of your things are 5 days plus?
Well, you think about it, you get like a day's, say, 100% speed increase on a day or whatever, or 50% build time.
Yeah, an increase rather than another bulldozer would probably work.
Excuse me, but
Or maybe work faster, you know. Pay the buggers overtime for the change, you know.
Like, give it a boost. Yeah, like Animal said, giving it a boost. Like, would you pay like 200 gold or 100 gold? Give it that extra kick?
Would I buggery pay 100 gold? Don't you think this crap costing enough already?
Well, I'm just making a speculation.
I mean, like they normally do, you know, make it thorium. You know what I mean? Maybe 1 million thorium or whatever.
I've come up with a perfect spec up. You get Shadow Killer for a day.
He charges a lot. charges too much. But no, I'd like to see something like just a
Yeah,
tiny
definitely
little-
shake up with the Spec Ops. I think that's one of the things they need to look at now, with the units that are no longer any use even to the low levels.
What about you, Dark Queen? What would you like to see?
I would love to see an extra dozer, and if we have to purchase it with gold, I don't care. But for me, I'm pretty much behind with upgrades. I quit last year's game for 1 month, and 1 month only, and I fall behind on upgrades so badly. I'm still trying to catch up. So.
It's not even a matter of catching up. Even, I got so much still to upgrade. What I would like to see, first of all, yes, special ops, come up with something better. Keep sprucing it up. Secondly, I'm the type of person I worry about the low to mid levels. They're taking a shitload away and giving nothing back. Have any of you do the 70 bases for medals?
Yeah, I do. I usually do them.
Now, can you see a low level doing that one?
Never.
No.
Or a mid level?
No.
It depends. Growler and Jericho is usually all I use, but maybe.
The mid levels, as long as they have the legend, they can do them. I do them. No, wrong. As long as they have some hailstorms, I do them with the
Can you see a level 35 having hailstorms?
No, not really. Well, possibly if they coin in, I guess, but other than that, I don't think.
Well, they would need to coin a lot. Their resources, their storage, and yada yada. Now, what I'm saying is, even the 45s for them are not very easy.
Well, the 40 metal bases. When we talked just now about metal bases, the metal bases, they are able to do them with the Twin Titan up. Since Kicks, I fixed it that there's no cooldown time anymore with the ops.
Shh.
Well, no, they know it's bugged. They know it's bugged. So.
Yeah, but don't keep saying it before they get this stupid idea to fix it.
I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. Okay.
She's in sector 44. Everybody. She's in sector 44 if it all goes wrong.
Hey, hold up. I'm there too.
Yeah.
Even better.
We'll just flat the whole sector.
But Pascal will do it
just blame Pascal. Just blame him.
Pascal did it.
You can always blame me.
I normally get blamed for everything anyway, so
I got such an easy name, I got such an easy name. They call me Perf. They call me Freak. They call me Cheat. They call me whatever, but not my own name.
Welcome to my world. You're talking to a 400-pound truck driver named Earl. Please. All right?
I get called a lowlander all the time. I find it quite funny. So.
No, you're the Pokemon boy.
Shush! You're not mentioning Pokemon. You're not mentioning Pokemon. I boot your ass out of here.
Damn right. But anyway, so has anyone got any topics they want to address?
Yes.
Fire away. The floor is yours.
Guys, almost Evenly season number 2 ended. Almost ended. I'm in the top 100. I'm bloody nervous, because the first preseason they kind of screwed me over. So yeah, I'm hoping that I'm in the top 100, and not even for the Pandora, but I like to see the expert Tempest, because damn, they are a beast. So I want to have 3 more expert Tempest. Sorry?
Kicks, I screwed me over with it. Was the last preseason.
Yeah.
So I'm not intended to do anything this preseason, or even try to come in the top 100 anymore.
No, MOD is waiting for the last day to see how many infamy banks out there to collect those infamy points from each other. And then we're gonna make one final jump and farm those infamy banks. But I'm really excited. This one was much better. Less ghost bases. Yeah, we had a lot of lag. We all know that. But you know, we had the jumps were still free. They're run pretty smoothly. Beside the fact that sometimes it loads double work maps. I don't know if you experienced that, guys, from the panel. Because
Yes.
Sunday I jumped into a sector and man, there are so many boss bases I thought, but it was just a double. I see my base double. So, oh, and beside the fact, you know, what I don't like about the glitches and bugs we today having is that the dead tunes. You know, I accidentally used exploit because I was in the middle of a battle tune and that guy killed my tune. But I went out of my attack from the other tune and I see my tune, so I attacked with my tune, but my tune was already dead. So I sent in a ticket by myself because I don't want to use that exploit. Guys, if your tune is dead, try to send it home, what way ever, because your tune will not go anywhere. If you experience that, don't use it, send your tune home. Because in the end, if you use this and you kill people with dead tunes, you're gonna get banned for sure because it's illegal data. I send in my own ticket. You know, today I was fighting with a guy, and I clicked on his name and I killed his tune with my dead tune. So I sent in a ticket on my own. Said sorry, it wasn't meant to be. What in the urge I did it. So that's you know, if you go for infamy, watch out for that bug.
A lot of the set that we were in, they were exploiting it quite highly, weren't they? The other day, the set that me and you and MOD are in, they were exploiting it quite highly. So if you do see it, just take a screenshot, report it, and just make sure you tell them what sector you're in, and make sure you get the ID number, because that is like you're saying, it's an exploit and it's a bannable offence. So
and
just
if they do it with you, if they want to go to your base and they leave their dead tunes around your base, guys, don't hesitate, jump out. Because you know you cannot do anything with those dead tunes, and they can get to your base. Don't take the chance. Just jump out. Fuck it. You know, jump. It's free.
Yep. I mean, until they stop doing their free jumps, just use it. Have fun. I mean, if you're having trouble in that sector, just jump out and then jump into a different part of the sector. That way, you're out of jail.
Indeed, and a not fair player say, I don't give a rat's ass. I leave my tune there. You cannot go anywhere. One way is to be chicken because they don't give us a chance to fight, and one way is you know, like those kind of people you have to exterminate too because they're not loving the game like it meant to be.
Yeah, we may sound like we're snitching, but we want the game to run smoothly. We want this game to have the fun element again, and unfortunately there's idiots and assholes out there that are taking advantage of this for the real players like everyone on the panel that have these issues.
We're fighting so hard for this game because we are dedicated, you know. Guys, play fair and square, you know, it's not funny. You know, if you don't like the game so much, you know, just delete your account. You can bugger me what you want. I'm not gonna quit because you are ass, you know. Because there is much more players who like to play fair and square.
Oh yes. Farm Command, you had a question?
Yeah, what about the rookie bases, the Ronin bases that are on the map right now? They're simply still a lottery about when you get the unit or the tech, but basically it's for a dinosaur unit.
All right, we'll go down the. No worries, we'll go down the panel. We'll start with Craig. What do you think of the Ryukai bases and the lottery units that they have in them?
To be fair, I haven't had a look yet. I'm going to have a look after the after this show, but I haven't had a look yet. To be fair.
Alrighty, no worries. Heavy Gunner, what about you, my man?
I've not bothered doing one because I've got the running and the components, and I'm out scouting stuff and hitting at the minute, so I'm not doing them for the clan either at the moment. But from looking in them, they're not that difficult if you take your time and pick them apart. A lot of it you can take from the outside. Jericho is an absolute diamond in there. Jericho and Dina will take most of that base on their own.
Oh, yes.
If you've not got Dina, your Cyclones will do the same job. So, yeah, I don't think they're overpowered. I think they are easy enough, but what I do not like is that lottery system. The amount of people complaining that they haven't got the running and the parts, and they're still getting 1,000 points instead of running or parts. For me, if they're going to put them out there, it should be you get a part or you get the running. Once you've got them, then you get the points.
Thank you. What about you, Heike? Same question goes to you.
I haven't done any because I've had the Ronin since the beginning. I've got all the parts for it, so I really haven't. I've had a look at one today because I forgot what the buggers looked like. Yeah, if anybody would have needed a Ronin, it's a mid to low levels. Can they do them? They don't look that easy, to be quite honest. And can I just answer in YouTube, Ethan? It's a very nice idea about being able to design your own war paint for your alliance, but you have to also remember the amount of time and space all that will take up. Yeah, so it's a nice idea, but somehow I don't think that is ever going to work.
1 second. Farm Commander's just brought this up, so I'm going to present Farm Commander to show you the old base. In the meantime, what do you make up at Pascal? The old 75 Ryukai bases in the lottery system.
Oh, I had complete Ronin already back then, and then back then the lottery system already was there. The only thing what I see now is that they put in a little bit more power. I see the railgun and the flag turrets. But if you got a little bit knowledge of your old tactics, like the infiltrators with charge ordnance, and you have a Kara, you can pretty much annihilate that base easily. And yeah, the lottery system, guys, I'm saying this for 2,000 times, get used to it. Because this is not something that Kixeye is going to change real quickly. And, one way it sucks, and one way it's good, because if it's not a lottery system, probably all the players got the same toys, and all the players got the same tags, and everybody used the same tactics. So yeah, I have a different kind of opinion. I like to see the difference a little bit more, but not the gap. Like they talked about the golden tags, and I don't think they need to make it much more quicker available for every level, because I think that critical parts are making a difference between the dedicated people and the less dedicated people. Like, for example, the boss bases. That's what the higher levels can do. And yeah, they get golden tags, but they fight also higher levels. I'm not gonna fight a level 30 with my big units, if you know what I mean.
Oh, of course, definitely.
And that's what I like what Kixeye does, because it gives the lower and medium levels the availability to get their unit knowledge from somewhere, and to get the Ronin, and to get those parts to increase the power of the Ronin, because it's still a great unit. It's only too bad it's working the same like the Megas. They once you get used to the Ronin, they're outdated. But it took a while. But now pretty much the Ronin, you can use it for tactical advantage, but it's not that great unit anymore as it was.
Yeah, the Ronin is an awesome unit. I mean, for mid levels and like level 40 players, it's a great space defense unit. However, the repair time is stupid. It's seriously stupid.
No, definitely. I mean, they definitely need to fix that. Deadshot, same question goes to you, my man. The 75, the old Ryukai 75 bases and the lottery system.
I missed out on one of the two techs, so I've been hitting a few of them today. They've tweaked them slightly since last time, but they're still easy-ish. Like you said, Dina and Jericho take the base easily, but that lottery system sucks. I've done 6 of them now and got 6,000 medals, I'm missing one component part for it. Bit of annoying, but that's the game, I suppose.
Dark Queen, same question goes to you. The 75 bases in the lottery system.
Uh,
Bases, sorry.
I'm not a big fan of the lottery system because for me it's just another way for Kicksai to get money. So I don't want to say much to this.
Okay, and what do you think of the old Ryukai bases, the old 75 Ryukai bases?
I didn't check if they changed in any way because I have all the parts, so I don't really care for them anymore.
Alright,
They
okay.
changed the VXP because they used to give VXP bonuses, and I think none of the bases now give extra VXP, including the 90s. I think that's something else they need to look at.
Definitely.
It was a good way of people getting XP in the tunes up.
Well, with the 80s, they don't do the lottery system anymore because they go from the first base 4, second base 3, third base 2, and the rest is only one part for the Omega Titan, or for the Omega Hydra. So it's not a lottery anymore. Oh, please, Ziggy, talk to Fear if you want to be on the show.
Is there any question from YouTube? And Fear, please be realistic.
We love Fear though, he's great. Thanks for stopping by, my man.
Yeah, I asked Fear to be on the show tonight to have a special small announcement, but he cannot do it because he's at work. He cannot use his voice.
We'll be bringing up the announcement at the end of the show, buddy. Don't worry.
Cool.
Yep. He was like realistic about what, Heike?
Question. Have you got any question, Fear? And not about paladins, neither.
Or Pokemon, for that matter.
So nothing about Pikachus or anything like that.
Shush.
Please don't, please don't. I heard this morning in the radio there are really people in this sick world who name their kid Pikachu.
Right, I'm going to switch gears now.
I
Deadshot.
caught Pikachu earlier.
Deadshot.
Yeah.
Did you want to bring up the schematic or the workshop for me, please? When you have a second.
If anybody is struggling with workshop on the units, I'm more than happy to go through it either on the show or by a personal message. If you want any help or want to know what to put on some of the units,
We'll do it live on the show. Go right ahead.
Don't get me wrong, I'm no perfectionist on it. I'm a level 42 with the stuff that my level should have, but any advice you want on workshop?
I have a small one.
Apart from the panel, you smart ass.
Or the owls, maybe? No.
Or the owls.
Okay, sorry.
The floor is yours, Deadshot. So far away, my man. You're presenting, so the floor is yours.
I'm just attacking at the minute. I've just done a random raid. You just give me a few minutes to get started.
Of course. Pascal, have you got any ideas on workshop units that you feel could be useful to the lower levels, between 30 to 35?
30 and 35, and what kind of units in particular are we talking about?
Anybody, any units like.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I see past the review on the YouTube channel. You know, the charge ordnance. If the lower army levels are able to get it, and they will be a chance this year to get it again, because Wrong Taker said it, and some tags will never come back. But if you can get the tag charged ordnance, use it, but don't use it on your high-powered hero units. Use it on a low-level, lower unit that, you know, it's not that much of a health and don't do much damage. Use on that one to shock and charge tank units and units that are on the ground. That's a huge advantage, and I got another one, but it's, you know, it's also for the higher levels. You know, I already told you, the people who get the grenadiers from last event, and you get the expert ones. There's one certain tech that gives you 100% damage bonus to buildings and 50 range extra. So the grenadiers are gonna be very powerful, and there is a tech with splash damage. So yeah, guys, and I can dedicate it 5 shows to workshop items. But you know, Paul, heavy gunner, Paul, sorry,
Yeah.
he want to do this. He want to do this. So I leave it up to him. I'm not gonna dedicate too much to it. He want to do this, so it's his part. We can do it every week, Paul. We can give you every week. We can give you 10 minutes, and that you have the time to answer the questions from the YouTube viewers. We can give a block to you. I think. Is that an idea, guys?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, if they post up what units they want to see, it would be easier to
Yeah.
help them if they actually say what units they want to look at specifically, rather than showing random units that might not be of any importance to the ones who are looking.
Well, let's say the most used units in the game then, and then narrow it down.
I think the Punishers have got to be one of the units that they've got to look at getting. I found that to the obviously Cyclones like a must-have now. They're pretty basic air for most now, even the low levels.
Can I be devil's advocate a little bit, guys?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm thinking, you know, me and Fear the Peel, and you all know him. We did 7 days a week hangout, and we talking about techs and stuff. But if we show all the players the best setups, is that fun?
No.
No, because when I started a couple of years ago, and the workshop came out, man, I tried every single tech on my units, because you know every tech makes your unit a little bit custom. So every tech can be used for every single thing in the game. So if you figure it out yourself a little bit and you're satisfied with your own setup, you know.
Yeah, or maybe instead of looking at the scams, maybe more what units to get, to aim for, and to upgrade then, instead of giving the game away.
Of course, I would like to have the best setups, and for the higher levels, it's more, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking more towards the lower levels. That
but for the higher levels, it's more a struggle to get to the golden text. You know, that makes a difference, and the golden text give you a secondary option. You know, a secondary power. You know, for example, what I just said about the grenadiers. That one golden tech gives you 50 range extra and do 100% damage. So I will be a liar if I don't say to the lower and medium levels, try to get those gold techs, because it's gonna make the gap bigger between you and your fellow level players, you know.
Plus, it also depends, you know, how people use their units. Not, you know, we all don't use the same units the same way. You know, so it all depends what they want to use it for. Are they want to use it for farming rogue depots? Are they going to use them to attack bases? You know, it all depends what they're going to use them for. So the only way we could possibly do this is by literally on the day have 10 minutes, you know, question in YouTube, you know, who's got what, you know, what you're going to use it for, and, you know, and this is the best tech. That is my opinion, of course.
And don't forget, guys, who's watching and listening to the show or the repeat of the show, don't forget, what you ask for is crucial, because the videos, I give you an example, the videos of the topics with free repair, yeah, those days are over, because Kixeye War Commander is in a new era of developing, you know. They make the bases so hard, you always get damage, and you know, free of repair, they give you such as handles like spec ops, like missiles, like stealth units, yeah, to do stuff with less huge damage, but you always get damage. Look how many people talk about last event stage 115. You know, it doesn't matter how.
This is the. I'm sorry, Pascal, but this
No
is the
problem.
point. You will take damage. You know, you cannot go through the whole game without taking damage, because it's a learning curve. You know, until you know your units and until you know how to use your units, it's a learning curve. So you will take damage. What you can always do, and I keep saying that to everybody, you got special ops. Use them. That's what. Don't just collect them. Use them. And I know people just press the button. Yeah, I'm using that one. Read exactly what it is useful for, because it will tell you.
I give you an example. Old workshop unit, old workshop tech is there. Okay, it's so old that it even increases your space on your unit size. But that unit, for example, that tech, for example, gives your unit not a greater damage than 20% of his health. Imagine that on your SF unit encountering a rail launcher, for example. It's not a one-shot, one-kill, because it don't give your units a greater damage than 20% of your health per shot. And the rail launcher don't shot so much, so you have a better chance of surviving with your SF unit against a rail launcher. This is only small parts, you know. This is only finding out, but this is a old tech.
But it's useful.
Yeah, I think the new tech on them, you can get 10% of your unit's health on the gold tech on it.
For example.
On the let me get in the base and pull it up. I'm sure now there's one there for it doesn't take any more than 10% of the unit's health in damage per shot.
It's the mechanic jerk arms what I'm talking about, I guess, or the
reflex braces.
Yes, no, the other one. Adaptive
armor?
The adaptive body armor.
Adaptive body armor, yeah.
But they're definitely useful. It's just you have to find a way.
It was not the tech that I meant, but okay, it's. I don't know the name, but you know, like what Fear was joking in the beginning of this show, and he was talking about his paladins. But you know, if they all have a purpose, because you know, I still use Valkyries, I still use riflemen, I even got some FUFs built with a zombie fire on it, just for having fun and just to show lower medium levels if they are past the 30 that I can kill his base, not with just my higher level units. But I will send in their FUFs with the zombie fire. They get a new experience because they never saw zombies in their base. You know? I still use those older units. I love to use them.
I used to love my Raptors with the zombie fire. Come on, that is one awesome.
Build some money. Use them.
Chime in quickly. Queen Duck has to go. So, Queen Duck, have you got any shout-outs before you go?
Well, like always, to my lovely sector. And I guess gonna keep it tonight that way.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out.
Except Pascal.
Oh man, last time you forced me into shout-outs to you and to Sam, and now nothing, not even a hug or...
I forced you?
Yeah, you forced me. No, just kidding, honey.
If you let anyone force you, it's your own problem.
That sounds not game related.
Get a room, you pair.
No, I won't do that to King Sam.
Okay, guys, I gotta go because I have to get up early for work again. And here it's already 11:15.
Okay, sleep well.
Thanks for coming out.
Sleep well.
Bye-bye.
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 Okay, for the YouTube viewers, we have some spaces open if you want to speak up your mind. Ghost Skill are going to put the link down there so you can jump in if you like to talk and say your stuff. If you want to do that, Ghostface, please.
Already done. There you go, my man. It's all up for you.
Animal, come on. You know, June, come on. SX Phoenix, jump on.
Anybody that's out there watching and has got a mic or a Google Plus account, just jump in.
Just click the link in the chat. Okay, guys, do you have any more future updates? You know, what do you guys think? Will there be an onslaught this month?
I doubt it, considering there's one last month, but I hope so.
I hope to do one every month.
I do hope so, but I hope, really seriously, what we're talking about the text and stuff, I hope they add some key text in there for the lower and medium level players. I already said this, I speak on my mind 2 shows ago. If I want to change the system, how do you want to do onslaught? Well, I said, make it 100 stages and, you know, give some better prices.
The prizes are the main thing with onslaught. I enjoy onslaught more than an event.
Well, I said, make it 100 stages, and you know, terrible feedback.
Prizes are the main thing with onslaught. I enjoy onslaught more than an event.
I said, somebody has amazing feedback, guys, and you know, terrible feedback.
Prizes are the main thing with onslaught.
Oh, it's June. June. Welcome, June. But you have I muted you because you have feedback. So put on your headset, bro.
It's got to mute YouTube.
Yeah, or you got mute. Or you mute YouTube. Okay, bro. Thank you. Sorry, guys, that I interrupt you because the feedback was incredible. Sorry. Continue. Okay.
I see Jano's in the YouTube chat. Hi, Jano. I see you.
Do you want to elaborate any more on that, Pascal, about the onslaught?
Sorry, bro. What was your question?
Do you want to expand any more on the onslaught, or was you?
Yeah, my idea is because, you know, I like those charge ordnance. I like to see them coming back for the low and medium levels and give them a chance to do the high level stage bases. You know, use their tactics with that charge ordnance and. Yeah, and for the high level, you know, I like if you combine the last event with onslaught. You know, like okay, they are going to level 40 or level 50 for the lower and medium level players. They can repeat onslaught, you know, and give them 4 repeats to gain some thorium, to gain some tax, what they deserve, and you know, go to 100 stages for the really elite players in there, you know, and give them price-worthy prices, because for me 50 stages, you know, I only get 2 gold tags from it. The rest I don't, you know, I don't mind. You know, that's my idea of future onslaughts, because besides that I have a fetish for trophies, so yeah, they can give me.
The onslaught is better than the event, to be honest with you. I enjoy that more. I don't know whether it's because there's less pressure on or what. 2 onslaughts ago, I couldn't finish it. The last one I did, I finished wave 55. But yeah, the prizes need looking at, without a doubt, for the high level and the low levels. But the concept,
can I just answer Matt in YouTube? We all would love for the game to go back 3-4 years ago. Yes, you could spam, like we just said, you know, the Raptors with the zombie fire, whoever had it at the time, a high-end basis, lose a couple of tools, and then, you know, have a decent amount of repair time. Yeah, I get that, but it will never happen because of what we have got now, what we can hope for, and let's see what Ron Thinker is saying about that one is, you know, reducing the repair time. You know, that's all we can hope for. I don't think we'll ever go back 3-4 years. It'd be nice if we could, especially with the units we have now. But yeah, you know, let's hope for reduced repair time for the units we have got now.
On that note, on what the Wrong Thinker and the Kicksite team have said, with the new alliance feature, you will get specific plats. You will have your PvP plats, and they will have a significantly reduced repair time to your normal PvE plats, which is a move forward. That is going to allow you to go out there and start fighting more. It's going to allow you to hit more bases. It's going to reduce your repair times and hopefully put a bit of fun back in the game.
Yeah, that gives me a question for the panel, and I would like to hear it from everyone in the panel now. Because, okay, in this panel we have pretty much old players who experienced the old game with the Makers and the Paladins and the Rhinos and the Jackrabbits and the Riflemen. You know, we wish for the old game back, but, you know, bear that in mind and watch what they're doing with the game now. I love War Commander, I admit it, I'm a noob. So yeah, I'm excited of what War Commander are going to bring. But what do you guys think of this, the changes, and where it goes from now off?
That's a good one. We'll start with Craig on that one.
Yeah, think and give answers. Meanwhile, you know, because you see, if you watch the YouTube channel, you know, they all talking about, you know, the old days, reps and megas, old school, yeah, and Hercs. Don't forget the Hercs, man. Don't forget the flag tanks, man. I love those buggers. I hidden them everywhere.
I love the hover tanks. The hover tanks and bank spam was a good one.
I love the hover tanks until they give all the text for them, like the Hellstorm missiles and stuff. Then it was a little bit overrated.
Man of War, the Ronin bases. I think we already covered that, have we not?
Yeah.
Because he's asking guaranteed payout of Ronin and Ronin tech.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Nothing. It's a lottery system. It's a lottery system, I'm afraid, and I don't think that's going to change pretty soon.
Oh my God! When I read Bada Boom in the YouTube channel, and I see that word Havoc, I think of Shitty Bang. He was the king of the Havoc and the Warhawks, man. He was, even when we had better units.
You know who that is, don't you, Pascal?
What?
That's Jano.
Hell no. Is that my buddy?
Is Jano. That's Jano.
Jano, is it you?
It's Jano, yep.
Oh, seriously?
Back with the days of using Hellfires and Hellstorms for splash damage off the walls.
If it's Jano, come on the show, bro. No, not Jano. See?
He's lying with you. He's lying.
What do you guys think about the rocket silos now?
A bit of waste of space anyway.
I think that needs addressing next. No matter what you put in, them rocket silos, they're rendered inoperative now.
That's my word already for 4 months or something. Everybody say, why don't you protect your rocket silos? Well, the only thing that my rocket silo is good for is the SAM missiles that, you know, attract the stealth units that get uncloaked. And the missiles in there, they suck. They don't do damage at all.
That was more my point. Do we get new missiles for the silos, or do we get upgraded?
Remember the thorium depots. That's all I'm saying here. Remember the thorium depots. I've got a distinct feeling we're going to get extra levels on nearly everything.
I agree there, I think.
Normally I would say upgrade those buggers. But you know, if they do this now, and if they on a short notice release more upgrades, I hope they don't do that, because the gap will be enormous now with the upgrades already given, you know.
We're talking, I'm sorry to say that, but we're talking Kickstarter here. You know, they threw the thorium upgrades at us. They threw the owls upgrade at. You know, don't put anything past. I wouldn't put anything past. There is a reason. There is another 4 or 5 levels on the thorium. There is a reason for everything.
Yep. That's a good remark, Animal. I wanna touch up on that one. I love what they've done with stealth detection, because the rings that you see now is not 3 radio towers. It's the amount of units that they detect your stealth unit. So if you see 4 rings, you got detected by 4 or 3 or whatever, how many units that detect your stealth unit because of the radio tower. Yep, correct. And I love what they did, that they take out the center, because the whole widescreen, man, it was crazy for your mind and head. I love the rings, and they, quickly disappear. So it was not like the whole screen froze up like a white thing. I love what they did. What do you guys think of that?
I think putting those into the bases with the radio tower, yeah, it's great. They have allowed you a lot more defense in your base, and that's why I sort of held back when you were on about the missiles. I think you can make your base strong enough now anyway. When you look, if you get a maxed out base with everything set out properly and the damage you were taking to take that base, you don't really need anything else in there at the moment in defense wise. If you've got enough to work on to get them to max, and it can give you a pretty strong base, and that's one of the things that helps with it. You're not getting the owls in to hit the drone silos. You're not getting it in to hit the radio tower. That might change with the new levels on the owls, but they are pretty strong.
I think the radio tower is not only good for stealth detection. I think it's also good for medium level players, because you get 5 advanced scout.
Yeah.
And if you want to play the tactic game, you advance scout first your enemy base, and then prepare your units to attack those guys, and you get 5. Man, that's great, man. I was using it when I get 1, but now, oh my God, when I went to war, I go to the leaderboard, the top 5 players, I scout, advance scout, and I prepare my tunes, and I go smack them. I love the tactic.
Yeah, I think it's awesome too, because you only need to send the units that you need to hit the base. You're not going blind. It's a high level base. I better take extra units just in case. You can send what you need. You've not got heavy plats out there waiting to be hit and having to repair for nothing.
I just had a PM saying, if we're going back to the old ways, how about you won't be able to attack a base while you're sitting in it? Yeah, that's a good one. I'm sure some of us wish that will come back.
Yeah. Some people would never be out the base, would they?
Exactly.
I hate it so much. At first, I traveled with my heavy megatune to the other side of the map. It cost me 40 minutes in real time. And then a guy pops in his base, and you cannot attack him. And the fucker stays in there. So, before I can cut off, I need to send my tune back. So.
You see what I mean now? You see how far the game... Remember how we used to really go mad when people done it. And now anybody on this panel, and I'm damn sure you've all done exactly the same. Okay, but yeah, we all hated it. It's the same with attacking from flat bases. From dead bases. So think about how far the game has advanced, and of course, with the advancements, there comes a price, i.e., repair times, upgrade times, which I love to see reduced. The upgrade times on buildings, please, and reduce them. 10 days, 11 days, 5 days, 7 days. People are literally now just pressing upgrade and leaving for 4 or 5 days. Come back, pressing update and leaving for 4 or 5 days. Give them, something else, some incentive to carry on.
Well, they're listening in a way to us, because they did it with the airfield and the helipad. It was not intended, but They first come out with the new updates on the helipad and then airfield. They were 10 days each in storage too. And they listened to us because they reduced those upgrade times, but not the way we meant it. Because my personal opinion is, one airfield is one airfield. You can upgrade one airfield, but I have 4 heavy platforms.
Exactly.
I have 18 normal platforms. I have 5 bunkers. Those are the killers of our time. They shoot the multiple buildings from the same thing, like the Thor falls, for example.
They
Yeah, of
can be
course.
done. I don't mind them being 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 days. I don't mind this. But 7 days for a heavy platform, if you, like some of us do, jump to wars, you can't do it because you are, firepower less. If it's a
That's
heavy
the case.
platform, if it's a platform, if it's your bunker or your tower.
Exactly. It's a war game. We need war, so we need to get a chance to go in war and defend ourselves. So reduce those critical structures.
Do
The
it 2
upgrade costs.
days. You got the platforms, when if you just swap them off or whatever, they're 1 day, fair enough. But the heavy platforms, do it 2 days.
Bada boom, you
Or
missed me. You missed me, you fucker. Don't say that you're not missing much.
With those upgrades
what
and
have I done now?
No, bada boom. I was talking about the guy who's chatting in the YouTube chat.
Oh, all right. This is what I'm saying. Reduce it, but like with everything else, we got to work on Kickstarter in a nice way. So if people, if you go into the forum, post in the forum, keep it to the point, keep it clean. That's the only way Kickstarter will ever listen to any of us. No bitching, no whinging, no whining, and definitely nothing personal. Yeah, keep it to the point, and I don't think the community has done too bad. Look, no more roaches. That's all I'm going to say.
That's the start. A new era of War Commander. But I have to tell you all, they cut down the roaches from 90 to 25%. Yeah, there will be some roaches because they always find a way to come back. But if we, as a community of War Commander, send in a ticket, be as instructive as you are to tell the support how those cheats works, or you see what they're doing, or you can tape it. They will exterminate the cheat instantly. Look what they've done with the depots.
Took less than a week, it was gone.
So guys, be constructive, be alert. Yes, most of the cheaters are gone. They killed the biggest bugger in our PvP guys thing, the instant repair, because it's very impossible that a guy jumps in, kill the whole sector with his Inferno tune, dead and repeat. It's impossible. WeCoin.
This is what I'm saying. So, keep it constructive, keep it to the point, bring your point across in a nice way. That's the only way Kickstarter is going to listen. And, if it's this show or, Battle Vortex shows, yeah,
Well,
they watch these shows. Yeah,
can I quote a line of what Fear just posted, because that's
yes.
Elevate civil discourse. Abuse is not part of civil discourse. It shuts down a conversation. It prevents us from understanding each other. Wow.
This is what I mean.
That's constructive.
If you go into the forum and bitch and whine and kick ass and you're going to kill him and you're going to shoot his family and whatever else you're going to come up with, we ain't getting nothing. Danada, zilch, fuck all. Excuse my French. Yeah, keep it constructive, keep it to the point. They will then listen. Yeah, I know communication is not 100% yet, but we almost agree we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. Yeah, as long as we keep what we have been doing, keep it constructive. Yeah, if you want to have a bitch, but keep it clean and keep it constructive.
It's for example what we did with. I can say it now because I'm not surprised. I'm on the Battle Vortex War Commander, Arbiter Line 2, and before I've done that, I did the same thing. I keep on supporting the viewers and the original players. Please, can somebody mute that person because I cannot hear myself? Okay.
I don't know who it is.
But we fighting for the community. If we are a mod or not a mod, we are gamers who love the game. Yeah, we did a lot of ranting because the frustration went sky high within the game. And if you fight so hard and so long, to be heard. Yeah, people understand that you get frustration, but we never give up, and you on the YouTube never gave up. The players never gave up, and slowly we getting back where we started. We get those Kickside guys back in the show. We get more answers. We get conversations. We can communicate. That's the thing we need. As gamers, this show is not only talking about tactics, it's also a socialized part. We are all humans. We love the game. It's not about techs in the workshop only. We in this panel, we can be enemies in game, but we talk as gamers in this show. So yeah, keep that in mind. Don't lose your focus on that you're a human too.
Yeah, the people in Kickseye, if it's the support, if it's the whatever, the fair play team, yeah, they're all human beings at the end of the day. Yeah, they pick up a paycheck, for them it's a job. But if you bring yourself across as the person that wants to help, the person that's looking for answers, and asking questions, you will get a hell of a lot farther than effing it and blinding it and calling them, for everything under the sun. Like I said, keep it constructive. They're there to help. The moderators, bless their cotton socks, they help where they can help. They got their restrictions. When they get told, right, we cannot say anything, they can't. It's as simple as that, But it's like I said, keep it constructive, keep it to the point. You can criticize, you can say anything so long as you say it with a smile on your face, okay?
Definitely.
That's preventing White Witch from killing me, because I always smile to her and say rude things to her. So it works, trust me.
Okay, we're going to do Heike's favourite bit of the show. Take it away, Heike.
Why, what is my favourite bit of the show?
The 5 minutes of ranting of White Witch.
That's Blondie's rant.
Yep.
It's a witch's bitching. Actually, I haven't got much. I haven't got much to. Well, I've got loads to bitch about, but I'm not in the mood. But
I'll come back to you then if you like.
Well, now, hang on a minute. What I would like to say, though, please, and this goes out to the family of Evilicious, and Louise Carroll, who died yesterday after a long battle with cancer at the age of 36. So the panel, and I hope YouTube, our thoughts are with her family, and her clan. Yeah, we are so sorry to hear it, and our prayers are with you and your family.
Can we ask? Can I ask for 1 minute silence for Evilicious, because she was my long-term colleague in WC Tech page with Amru together. So I would like, if it's possible, Charlie, to have 1 minute of silence for her.
Of course, if the panel agree to it, then that's fine with me.
Okay, guys, can you mute yourself for 1 minute, please?
3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody. That was a nice gesture. I'm grateful that everyone took a minute out to show their thoughts and prayers to a fellow War Commander player. I mean, it's only a game, but still.
Now I can have my rant. Okay, so for starters, it's like we said, roaches are gone. Whoop, fucking whoop. Yeah, and all you big mouth little twerps out there, I am the best, I am awesome, I am this, I am that. I bobbled 9 of your high level coiners. it was so amazing. Not one of you had base defenders in there. Yes, kiss my ass. And for you people out there who think they are better than anybody else, you are not. I'm no better than you, and you sure as hell are no better than me. And for some of you, in brackets, lipstick warriors out there, yeah, you know, I had the most awesome message. I will relate, I will not name any names. I had an awesome message. I was talking to this person for quite a while, just general chit chat. I wanted her to come on the couple show, yada yada yada. And the end effect was I was off, as most of you know, for 2 weeks for family reason. I come back to a message on that person's timeline, which she tagged me into, turning around and calling me, fuck yourselves. This is for this person, and my name is Hua, his hoe. Excuse me? What?
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know her fella. I've never spoken to her fella. Get a fucking life, okay? Don't
Let it
drag
all out.
me. No, seriously, don't drag me into the shit. And what pissed me off more than anything else, it was plastered on that person's timeline. So, you know, the person's friends seen it all, you know. Don't call me no fucking prostitute, okay? Now, on the funny side, I will probably do it for free, but don't call me a fucking prostitute, because I ain't one.
Yeah, definitely stuff like that. It's not needed. It's not warranted.
Keep it to the game. If you want to shag the fella, then go for it, but do not drag me into your bullshit. Simple as that. As for anything else, the wars that are going on anywhere, I don't think they're going to last much longer. So, you know, just play the game, have fun, and keep your personal shit out of the game. Thank you.
Ah, lovely. Thank you very much, Craig. Any rants and any tips that you can give people?
Not really. I go on what Heike just said with all the wars and what I've that you come across, and people are bringing real life stuff in it. There's no need for it. It's a game. It's a pixel game. Absolutely no need for it.
Any tips in the future, like upgrades or anything that you think people should do?
I can't really say much because I'm behind anyway. You know, with the low levels, I'd say get your res bins up and your thorium bins, you know, as quick as possible, basically.
Lovely job. Thank you very much, Doom Raider. Any rants and any tips for the players out there?
What? Oh, yeah, right. Any rants? Not really. Just they keep things decent and to the point in forums. Yeah, you can make it even funny so somebody may enjoy your humour, but there's no need to go off the deep end about everything and F everything, this and etc. Or the game's going to close or whatever. There's no point in that at all. Tips, yeah, get your res up as far as you can. Work on the simplest and easiest stuff you've got, whichever might take the shortest possible time to try and get that out of the way before you do anything long, unless you're going away somewhere. Bar that's all from me at the moment.
Heavy Gunner, same question goes to you, my man.
Sorry, I'd been off a second there. I had something doing. What's the question again there, mate?
Your rants for the show and any tips that you can give people.
Not really got any rants because I'm in quite a good mood about everything with War Commander at the moment. Apart from the can't send your tunes very far, which they know about the working on. I'm sure we'll get a fix very shortly. Tips, guys, girls, genuine players. This is your best opportunity. The best opportunity you've had in 2 to 3 years. Check your attack logs. Those heavy coiners that were hitting you continuously. Go and smash them to pieces. You are going to love this game for the next few weeks.
Lovely job, thank you very much. Pascal, my man, same question goes to you.
I have a rant for the people that, for example, jump in today and start instantly go private and call all the women Kevins, and you know, I got a hint for that one. You know, this game wouldn't be this game if we're not social contacted with each other. This panel, what's in there, the 3 of the 8, 6, 7, 8 guys I know for 4 or 5 years. If we're not were friends, this game would not exist, because I think this game is basically based on friends and friendships. And yeah, friendship is a big word because, you know, Facebook friends is pretty relative. You know, you can press unfriend, you know, and that kind of stuff.
Yes, Pascal.
But you know why? I could not handle your naked pictures anymore, so that's why I deleted you. No, just kidding. No, but you know, I know a lot of people playing this game for ages, and you know, we have a bond. You know, if you with your worst enemy get in a jail and you sit there together for 4 years hating each other, you go out of the jail, but when you see your fellow inmate get hit on his face by some jerk, you go help him because you get a bond with each other. That's what happened with War Commander. You know, so why? You know, I give you all the players. I give you a hint. If a jerk jumps in and can somebody mute that guy? Because every time I talk. Okay, I'm gonna give it a go again. You know, if that guy jumps in, I give you a real game hint. Kickstarter make the perfect button for that. That's called the ignore button. If you're around your friends and they read it that they go personal with you on your religion or whatever, they're gonna be pissed too. If they're not gonna be pissed, I'm not gonna play that dude. They are not your friends. So, and I won't accept, even if some other guy jump in the sector and he talks like that to a person I don't know, my side of the war is already sealed because I'm gonna help that guy that didn't start that rant. If you know what I mean. Because, you know, this has nothing to do to provocate. You can do in nice words too. I call White Witch Earl. You know, but I laugh at it, so she won't hit me.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So that's it. You know, that's my part of the game. I love the game where it's going. I'm an old school player, but I love the structure, and I imagine where it's going. It's be fun. And yeah, I wish a part of the old game come back so we can fight each other with laughters. I'm still doing it. I'm testing my clanmates, their bases. If they found something new and they think they have a better setup for a unit, we go face to face, we go knock the shit down to see if it's true. And this is the way I love to play. If this is taken away from me and I lose my friends rapidly now, because this year I lost already 3 people I know within the game for 4 years. Okay, that's something I cannot do anything about it. But if my friend's stopping the game, so what makes me? I'm not going to make new friends again. You know, because this is not. This is my game. This is for 4 years, 5 years, my game with my friends. You know, that's it. Next.
Farm Commander, same question goes to you, buddy.
Well, I don't have exactly a rant, but I do wanna say thanks to Kix for finally fixing something about the routes. It makes the game a lot more pleasant to play. Now we more have time to do our thing and just hit them back, so take up the opportunity, as most bases will be without defenders. And my personal to low levels to upgrade is keep on working on them bunkers. You will be so much pleased once you get SFs in there.
Thank you very much. Deadshot, same question goes to you, my man. Deadshot, you there, buddy?
Yeah, more a couple of comments rather than a rant. Charlie, the biggest Kevin I've ever met. In the words of Shadow Killer, it's a war game. Suck it up, Buttercup. Stop crying. Play the game.
Lovely job. Thank you very much for that. Mine's pretty much just have fun, enjoy it. But my rant is, if you're going to start cussing people and saying, oh, I hope this, and this, then you're just a waste of space. Get out of my game, get out of my air, you're just a waste of time. It's not worth going into a set saying, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill your this, I'm going to do this to your family. It's not warranted, it's not clever. It just makes you more of a keyboard warrior because you sit there just chatting up rubbish. So please just stop that. Just remember, it's a game. It's not real life. Just have fun. Okay. Also, I want to thank everyone for coming out. It's been a fantastic show as usual. Has anyone got any shout-outs at all?
Craig, do you have a shout out?
Yeah, shout out to Suicide Squad. I knew that was coming.
I love them really. Not.
Doom Raider.
I want to give a shout out to the panel. Thanks for having us on.
No. Hold your fire. Hold your fire, guys. Hold your fire. Before we do shout-outs, we have a fucking huge announcement to make.
Not yet, at the end.
Then we cannot get response, you know.
I was going to do it once the shout-outs were done. You took my,
Okay.
you blew my bubble.
Sure, sorry, Dylan, to interrupt you guys, but this is great.
Yeah, no worries, Pascal. Shout out to the sector, 345, so long as we're still there. Shout out to the team, Focus. Been great with you guys, still is. Been going in the game 5 years now. And shout out to YouTube and all the general war commanders out there who are always doing the right thing.
Thank you very much, Farm Commander. Any shout-outs, buddy?
I just want to thank the panel and keep up the good work.
Heavy Gunner? Hello, mate. You there, buddy? Okay, so we're having some technical issues. We'll come back to him. Pascal?
My shout-out go to MOD, Little Devil, and Scooby. I love you. I am lost. If you stop, guys, I stop too. And that, you know, and with all my acquaintances that I have met in the times of the War Commander game, if you're still green, I delete a bunch of you because I got cyber attacks every now and then because now they lost their shizzle, so they try to hack people's good accounts, clean accounts, you know, so be careful. I'd like to salute Sector 44. They rock. They're on every newcomers. If people jumps in, they totally on them. I love the panel, you know. I love the Euro show. I love the BV show on Wednesday. I love the roundtable. I love Battle Vortex, guys. Support Battle Vortex. Like and subscribe their pages, man. They have a lot of great shows. If you're noobs, still complaining, guy, man, we have 4 shows that inform you with everything, you know. Somebody's moaning. Did I say too much?
A little bit.
Okay. See you next show, guys. Later. I'm done.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back. You got any shout-outs, Alan?
Yes, I have, mate. I would like to have a big shout out for all the panel. Thank you very much, especially you, Charlie, for sending me the invite.
You're welcome.
And I'd like to have a massive shout out for NCH, which is our new clan. It's an amalgamation of 3 groups that have joined together and are relocating to a new sector today. And they'll be located in 137. And I would like a big shout out for the admin and residents of 137 for welcoming us with open arms and making us feel welcome.
Lovely job. Thank you very much. Deadshot, my man, you there?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to the panel. Thanks for having me on again. A pleasure as always. And I've got to give the biggest shout out ever to Sector 316 and Sector 9. AOV, you have been the most accommodating sectors for Infamy during these 2 pre-seasons. Thank you so much for the tons of Infamy I've got off you. I'm done.
Lovely job, Heike.
Yes, my shout out first of all goes to Fear. Thank you for being in YouTube and listening. Then my shout out doesn't go to any clans, even though I'm in one. It doesn't go to any clans or any alliances. My shout out is to my friends. The friends I made over the 5 years I've been playing within the game. Doesn't matter what side they are, and I always turn around and says, if I'm needed, I don't give a rat's ass what side it is. I will be there to help, because that's what friends do. Don't ask me what clan I'm in. It's none of your business. Do you know what I mean? You're either my friend or you are not my friend. If you're my friend, yes, I come and help. That's it.
Thank you very much. Right, my shout out goes to everyone on the panel. Shout outs to you, Heike, for coming back. Thanks for Fear for showing up in the chat. Thanks everyone on YouTube. Yeah, like Pascal said, like and subscribe. It's fantastic that we've been doing what we've been doing. But as some of you already know, and obviously Dutch has already handed it out, obviously we've been picked up by Battle Vortex. So as of next week, we will be under the BV brand, not under the War Commander Europe brand anymore.
Oh,
However,
come on, sound a little bit more happier, you fucker, man. You sound like
my throat. It's my throat. My throat is really sore. But as I said, we are moving to the BV side of things. So obviously the War Commander Europe will still be going, but under the War Commander Europe BV or BV European War Commander, something like that. We haven't had a name yet, but it will be something along them lines. So the time frame's still the same. The information and your favourite abs will still be the same. However, we're just under the BV brand, which is just awesome. So thanks to everyone that's supported us. You guys always come out and see us. Our little show is taken off to new heights, and we can only get better and better. What about the rest of the panel? What do you think?
I think that is absolutely awesome. Great work from all of us. To be picked up like that. Where
Can I
that's going to put it, great.
Can I say something? And Paul, never mind Blondie, I'm going to roll your ass. I'm a lot more happier than Charlie seems to be, and your throat just doesn't cut it. Do you know what I mean? Yes, we are now part of the humongous Battle Vortex family.
Bullshit. Sore throat.
Push it, my ass. We are now part of the Battle Vortex family, and I also want to give a little shout out to Skipjack. I do miss her. You know, get your ass back where you belong, which is with the family, as so to speak. The show will still be the same. The people will still be the same. We still have open mics. I'm trying to get a ladies' night together again, if I can find in brackets ladies out there that actually do play the game. Yeah, so
also, we're going to have a legend show. We're going to try and do a cross-promotional show, but a European version. So eventually
why does it, when I ever say ladies' night, the idiots come out?
It's because they have no manners. They have no manners. No common
Topless
sense.
ladies' night. Farm Commander, you couldn't deal with us.
So
okay,
yeah,
listen.
We'll have a ladies' night in a couple of weeks. Also, we'll have a legend show in a few weeks' time. So we're gonna have a cross promotional between all the arbiters on all 3 shows. With any luck, hopefully, I'm gonna try and get one of the Latino people in as well at some point down there as well for that legend show as well. So I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it should be in a few weeks' time with any luck.
Okay, listen. Heike, White Witch. I live in Holland, you know. If I go to the beach, everybody's naked. No problem at all.
I do the same. I do the same.
Exactly, no problem at all. I seen the movie, Free the Nipple. It's actually a movie. I support the ladies that want to free the nipple. So, what's the problem? I support you, girlies.
Yes, I know. You made that quite obvious. Okay, we know that, Pascal. You
I
know,
need to say it now. Next week we are beefy, so I cannot say this kind of words. So this is the last time I can
Yep.
say this kind of words.
So get all the naughtiness out because next week we're going to be very limited and have to be very clever and wise with our words.
No. No, I'm not gonna change, guys. Seriously, nothing's gonna change. We're gonna wear a Among Us brand name. I'm not gonna change. I am who I am. Yeah.
Really, mate, you're just going to have to keep it English and have a stiff upper lip.
oh God.
Oh no, hell no. If
No,
that's
but I mean, being under this BV brand, they're going around for nearly 26 years. It's a massive honour for obviously everyone that's come out on the panel to watch us join because this is a big thing. Obviously, it's nice to be picked up from this because we never thought we were going to get picked up, but some of the other arbiters on the different shows have been pushing for us to get into this. So we've got to give props to the other arbiters and everyone out there in the community that supports us because without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this show.
Now, to finish this off, if I may,
Yep.
people like and subscribe. Battle Vortex, press the button, like and subscribe. And fear, have no worries. I will have Pascal under control. No worries.
You best do because I can't.
Oh, I can. And
sorry,
Pascal
can I-
knows he can. Now you cannot say anything, so shush.
No, I'm gonna say something. You know, I do stream shows already. I think that's how I know you start, guys. I did that the first year of War Commander. I did not the BV shows because I could not send data. I did WC Sideshow with Jano and with Shitty Bang and with Queen Minerva and with Midnight Command, and I started knowing a lot of people. This is the first show that actually get the BV brand that I worked on, and I'm not the official thing anymore, but I was one of the ideas man behind this show. But I know Fear now for 6 months. I'm doing the BV brand now for 6 or 5 months, and I didn't get an official warning. So till this far, he accepted me how I am. But I'm not gonna talk like Charlie because I'm not that polite. Sorry, guys, I won't do that.
No, what I mean, just keep it within the lines. We don't have to go overboard. Just keep it in the lines. That's all we were after.
Just
I
don't
do
worry
that,
about
you know.
Pascal, because I just put my size 8 up his ass. That's how simple it is.
Who said I don't love that?
I know you do. That's why I'm doing it. But it all depends how far up your backside it goes. Now,
You see, I'm not the one that talks nasty.
that wasn't nasty. That was a statement of fact. Love you.
Just the
Okay.
truth.
Pablo, please.
Can we just do your thing?
I do my thing.
Charlie, do your thing.
Rightio. Make sure you check out the Latino show on the Friday. Make sure you check out the round table on the Saturday. Make sure you check us out next Monday under the BV brand. I'm so excited for that. I hope Pascal's got our new sign ready for that for next week. Also,
working
make
on
sure you check out the Wednesday show as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to Battle Vortex. Big props to everyone that's come out. You guys are awesome. And that's really my personal speech done. Has anyone else got anything they want to say before we wrap this show up?
We have
Pascal!
No, this is seriously. I will never be a presenter of the show. I will be a sidekick because I cannot talk serious 1.5 hour long in a row. So, yeah, sometimes I make jokes, but to crack up the ice and make the people on the open mic a little bit more comfortable talking bullshit. This is my part. This is what I do best. And I have pretty much knowledge about the game, and I will share it if I like to, because I don't share every recipe from the chef. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
He cooked up a storm right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, and Princess, please can you PM me? Because, we're going to get this lady night going. See if we can get the Silke back in again as well. And of course we've got to have Skipjack, but
Yes,
the
I was
ladies
going to
will
ask
be
you a
with us.
question with that.
Yeah.
Are you having just any ladies on, or is it all more European side?
Well, any ladies really, because come on, you know, with the ladies, because there isn't that many of us. Do you know what I mean? And I hate to say this, in brackets, you know, the lipstick warriors. You know, there's too many of those. Yeah, I would like, you know, real ladies like Princess Pod, like Silke, like Skip. They are playing the game. They are part of the game. They do a good job, sometimes even a better job than some of the guys do. Yeah, so, you know, if any of you know any ladies that would like to take part, please tell them to PM me, and there will be no men on the show.
I will not be there either. It will be
Doesn't my male
almighty.
boobs count?
No.
No, 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 no. No men on the show. It will be women only. So please,
If they
if
can't
there's
get you on Kickside, can they? Facebook rather, can they get you on Kickside?
yes, they can get me on Kickside. The game name on Kickside is White Witch, same as it is, you know, on Facebook game. Yeah, you can PM me there. You know, come on, women. You know, we know. I mean, if I would love to get 20 girls together, jump into the sector and smack the shit out of the guys, just for the hell of it. But
Okay.
that's something else again.
I want to warn the YouTube viewers: bring your box of tissues. That's a tip for the workmen in the game.
Okay, now.
And maybe some earplugs.
Yeah, and a bucket. You know.
Oh, come on, we have fun. Come on, we have fun.
I want to make a bet with the people. I gave them, the girlies, 15 minutes to talk serious, and then it went over to Chippendales, London Nights, and all that kind of stuff. You know.
Oh, well, of course. Come on. You know what I mean? Get real, you know, compare sizes and all that jazz. Okay, this is now gone far enough. Shut it off.
Right, guys, we're Eurotalk Live. We're out. Peace.